As I was working a lot of years with Verifone before, and now starting my new business in Worldline, the idea was to bring the Worldline brand into the Russian and more the eastern part of the world, because I understand that Worldline is not that well known, I would say, in this part of the world. So our biggest, I would say, aim was to bring the brand Worldline and to say what we are supporting, what we're offering. So we're not only acquiring, we're not only processing, we also have our hardware, and this might be my main part for the next couple of years, hopefully, to bring the hardware of Worldline into Russia, into CIS countries. The payment world becomes more and more difficult, as we all know, right? So we see a lot of acquisitions in the past, you see large companies merging together. There's only a couple of players left in the world. We as Worldline are super happy to be part of this payment industry still. We are the largest acquirer in Europe. And the fintech companies you were just talking about are super important for us because they are bringing the innovations to the markets, right? And it's super interesting for us to see. Europe is a very, I would say, old, sophisticated payment industry. If you look more into the eastern part of the world, like Russia and CIS countries, it's amazing what you see at the moment, how payment is developing, where the next steps are going, and Worldline definitely is a big part of this industry and of this next and new steps we are approaching. Banks have to change, in my opinion, yeah? Because the old traditional business banks did in the past is not working nowadays for our new generation, I would say. Yeah? Especially look at the millenniums, kids from the 2000s. They are used to have a phone, they are used to have mobility everywhere they go. So banks need to rethink their business in order to stay alive, right? And as you see in Russia, for example, also a lot of mergers happened. Yeah? I don't know, it was 4,500 banks like 10 years ago. Now it's something like 700. So banks also have to follow this trend of being mobile, of offering additional services, and not just doing the regular stuff as they did in the past. You know, if you look into the Europe soon, where the interest rate is 0, banks are not earning that much anymore, right? So they have to think in additional business what they can bring to the clients, and they track the business. It depends on what market you are looking into. Some say 0 is good, some say 0 is not good. We will see how the economy will develop in the future. Because I understand in the Russian market or CIS markets, interests are not at 0 level, right? If you look at my business, the terminal business, if you ask me, do we need a terminal in 10 years? I would say there's a high probability and a high chance that terminals will disappear from the market. Yeah? If it's in 10 years, if it's in 15 years, I cannot judge, but for sure there will be a big transmission, I would say, again going into mobility.